This is the Limo Show.
This is not another story. This is not another drill. I refuse to be another number.
Welcome back, guys, and this is a new episode of the Limo Show. Today, I'm hosting Elia Galban, an amazing fitness and wellness expert. She's a public speaker. She's doing amazing things, transforming people's lives. Welcome, Elia.
Hi, Limo. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to have you. So, Elia, tell us what's your story? How did you become an expert in fitness and in health? How did it all start?
Let's say that back in the year 1996, I became a mother at a very young age, and I was always in sports. Back in school, like high school, I was always very into any type of sports. My dad was a soccer player back then, but just as a hobby. And then after I had my daughter, I started going to the gym like maybe 3 times a week, and then it became like 4 and then 5 days until it became a habit. It became my therapy. And then 5 years later, I became the champion in my country. I'm from Chile.
Okay, and champion in what?
Back then, and this is 2002, I became a champion in fitness figure, which is...
Okay, like a bodybuilder?
It's a different kind of, it's like some sort of a bodybuilding little branch. However, it's more softer. And it has to do with symmetry, has to do with having very low levels of fat. So your body looks very lean.
Yeah, aesthetic kind of.
Yeah, you have to go through a very rigorous, very highly disciplined diet and training. So after that, I became a personal trainer, master personal trainer, and then I started helping celebrities and all kinds of people.
It's amazing, yeah.
And then one thing led to another one. Then I moved almost 10 years ago to the US. Right now I'm living in Miami, South Florida. And after a year living here, I studied English for 1 entire year, and then I enrolled for holistic nutrition school. And then I became, after 2 years of studying that, I'm also adding into my background, holistic health counseling, and anything that has to be with mindfulness and reprogramming your brain. I mean, it's a mix of many different things. So I will consider myself very eclectic on my teachings. And that's what I love to do. I love teaching people how to transform their lives, not only physically, but also mentally.
Yeah, it's amazing. Wow, what a journey. And so you didn't want to pursue more the whole the whole bodybuilding and the thing that you were doing in Chile, in Miami, or you wanted to transition more into holistic health after, like, why did you transition?
Right. I did 7 years of competitions. I traveled the world. I did many different countries. I ended up in Barcelona. I represented my country also here in the US, in Ohio, in the Arnold Classic, which is a very prestigious event, huge.
Yeah, event. It's from Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Exactly, yes. So that was my last show. This is 2009. So it's been, 10 years ago, my last show. Then I moved to the US. So that was my transition. I said, after 7 years of competitions, which is, it's a very hardcore lifestyle, I decided to do something way healthier, which is, teaching people how to really become not only physically in great shape, but also eating the right foods, and guiding them into all other type of lifestyle, not only going to the gym,
Yeah.
That was my transitional point when I moved here.
And when did you first start bodybuilding? At what age?
I was 20.
20, okay.
Mhm.
What would you tell yourself at 20? Like if you had to meet your 20-year-old self right now, what would you tell yourself to like avoid all those headaches and
Mhm. Well, I can go very deep into this topic because it's something that I realize nowadays.
yeah, we're here to be deep. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So nowadays, I realize, social media, people are really using it for good stuff, and some other people are using it for validation, to
Yeah.
get more likes, and it's a whole phenomenon between people who are in great shape, but they're using social media platforms to get validation for their ego, and there's little children or teenagers who are massively overweight, massively, addicted to sugar.
ADHD and
And
attention troubles.
exactly. So we live in a society that is so focused on the external that probably my case back in when I was 20, I used my workout routine and the gym lifestyle as a coping mechanism. I was going through a hard time. I became a mom very young age.
It was
So
like an escape, right?
it was my medicine. Yeah, definitely. It can be your medicine if you take it in the right way. I will say if I had Elia when she was 20, I'll say just keep doing fitness. Don't go into bodybuilding because that's what I ended up doing. I ended up competing in bodybuilding. So I had a lot of muscle mass and I was really big. And that brought a lot of injuries and a lot of, pain and emotional roller coaster. So that would be the best advice.
I see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And so you said you're in holistic like health and all of that. So what for example, if I'm someone and I want to work with you, what kind of things are we going to do together? Is it mostly about doing some fitness training, or is it more about also the mindset and is it about spiritual teachings? What's
Right. Well, holistic teachings are more into, yes, we do have a body. Yes, we do have to work. Yes, we do have a family. Yes, we do have relationships. Yes, we do have to have some sort of spiritual practice. Yes, we do have to know how to cook or how to eat the right way. Yes, we do know how to create abundance. Finances. Your finances has to be on a balanced level. So it includes everything around your circle of life, like your career, your
health,
friends.
wealth, relationships, spirituality, all of that?
Exactly. Yes, yes. Your environment at your home. So basically, we work from the core all the way from the center of your being, all the way out until you see your best reflection in the mirror, owning your pain, owning your traumas. I mean, I'm not a psychotherapist or anything, but I combine many, many different modalities so I can guide people how to really break free from old patterns, from sabotage,
Yeah.
from negative thinking, or even from the way that we speak. Sometimes, I don't know if you're into neuro linguistic
Yeah,
programming.
I did NLP. Actually graduated. I'm a practitioner. I graduated this summer. You too, I guess.
Amazing. I mean, I have not pursued it. I would love to. That's on my dream list.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. So, but I have books, and I've learned a lot through the internet. We have so much access to great content,
Yeah.
and I realize some people keep repeating the same words, and your words shape your reality. So that's why, for example, I have a client who is massively, let's say, overweight or massively addicted to caffeine or sugar or pastries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every time that we talk and they say, but this is my problem, this is my problem, or I'm so addicted. Okay, every time you say that you will keep anchoring that thought, that belief, so you'll never break free.
Yeah, it's a negative feedback loop. The more you
Exactly.
say, the more it happens, and the more you believe it, and the more
Exactly. So the power of the word, the power of your story. Like, okay, are you going to keep repeating the same story, or why this person doesn't like me, or why there's always this and this and this, or why this never ta 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 ta. So I always make them aware of every time you say why this is always, every time you say something after that word always is like a statement. Or
Yeah.
also you say you never, or when you want to blame somebody, you never do the ta 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 to me, So it's a condition that we have been, programmed to believe that we have limit, that maybe we were powerless. But nowadays I believe that we are, social media, it's a great tool for people who are really on this planet doing something to help the whole collective. That's the exciting part. So what I do is I bring a little bit of everything, and my best advice is that everybody needs a coach, or everybody needs some guidance, some professional guidance.
True. Yeah. I guess you had many mentors that inspired you. Who, for example, was your greatest inspiration?
Oh, well, the greatest, like a biggest breakthrough was Tony Robbins 4 years ago.
4 weeks ago, you went to his event, Date
No,
with Destiny.
4 years.
Yes. 4 years ago. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. After Walking on Fire, I know it sounds very, people say, oh, come on, Walking on Fire.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I wish, I hope I'll do it too. I saw him too because I was living in Montreal, and I saw him too, but we didn't have the fire thing. But I'm glad you did it. It must be amazing. So how was it?
It is a great feeling. My biggest breakthrough after that night, it was that Tony, taught us that we can have more than just one personality. Mm-hmm. Meaning you can be the best of each aspect of you. For example, if you like to paint, to create art, or to write poetry, you can be your best. And then if you like to play soccer, or if you like to create podcasts, you can also be that person too. So you can embrace all aspects of you without denying or feeling frustrated,
Exactly, yeah.
So that was my biggest breakthrough, because I thought that we had to be just one thing, So that was my biggest takeout from that day. And yes, I do have so many. And I'm very into self-help development. I have a huge collection of books. And also I'm very into mysticism and ancient shamanic healings and stuff like that. By the way, I'm from the south of Chile, Patagonia. I don't know if you have ever heard about Patagonia.
I think I heard about it, but I guess there's a lot of traditions and myths and mysticism, as you said there, right?
Right. Well, my ancestors, just to give you like a little picture, imagine the Andes, which is a huge, this is like a big trace of mountains that divides Argentina, Chile, and the whole South America.
Yeah, there's a book about that. Yeah, like the mysteries of the Andes, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. So my ancestors, they were living there for thousands of years. And the community of these people were highly matriarchy, like a matriarchal type of, how can I say this?
What do you mean by
matriarchal, like guided by women?
Ah, okay, yeah, I see, like the Amazon.
Right, patriarchy, it's...
Yeah, patriarchy is more like male dominance over the family and things like that.
Exactly, so this is a matriarch community where, yes, men do have obviously a charge, but they were in charge of labor, like doing things like building, but women were the ones who knew how to make like a big garden with fruits, and how to heal the people, how to heal babies, or how to pray for the rain to come. I mean, it's a very mystic and amazing place. So yeah, I think I'm the only woman from that tribe living in the US, to be honest.
Did you go back to that tribe, or?
I went back 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Did you meet some people there and all that?
Yes. And it's really magical. It's like a movie, like going back to the land of Patagonia. it's like going back to the ancient times when people were just living in a symbiotic way with Mother Earth,
Yeah,
with
with
the
nature. Yeah, we're so
with,
disconnected. So
yes,
disconnected. I guess in
yes, yes.
Miami too. In Miami, at least you have the beach, but in Paris, because I'm in Paris now, it's like too much buildings and
Right.
noise and technology.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
for example, if you live in on a city where there's not so much green, you can always buy some plants and have, I know
Yeah.
it sounds weird, but it gives you some sort of connection, because
Yeah.
we are
Totally.
so connected. Hmm.
Yeah, also with you can do it with because I know you're in holistic health too, with like spiritual practices like meditation
Yes.
or things like that. You can connect to Mother Earth. Actually, I do every morning. I do a grounding exercise where I picture roots under my legs, and I
No?
picture myself connecting to Mother Earth's energy and with my breathing. But yeah, I know it's not the same
Wow.
as being really connected to it, but
But you can, that's amazing what you're doing, because actually that's all it takes is your imagination.
yeah.
Our imagination is such a powerful tool.
Yeah,
And for example, I don't watch TV, like
same.
mindless TV. I'm more into documentaries or stuff on Netflix. There are educational stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So because I don't want to interfere with my imagination. So
Hmm.
by visualizing that you're having the roots connecting to the planet, that's amazing what you're doing. So keep doing that.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it from an energy coach. I don't know if you know him. Maybe you know him because you're in the same kind of industry.
Mhm.
It's Glenn Ackerman. Do you know him?
No.
No, he's in Los Angeles. He's anyway. Yeah.
Nice, nice,
Cool.
yeah.
So yeah, and what's so when people come to see you, what's the most popular problem they have, for example? Like you said, language. What else? What else do people like? Why do people come up to you, for example? What's the most popular thing?
Right. Let's say I'm gonna categorize in male and female clients. For example, the male clients are massively overworked,
Mm-hmm.
stressed. They have to be the providers. They have to be the ones paying the bills and putting up with so much work. And then they go home and they have the wife complaining and the kids. So they want to have time to also dedicate for a workout, or they want to eat healthy, but sometimes they're so stressed out that they don't have the time to organize a life that it's more in balance. So that will be the main issue for men, like stress and the pressure of being the provider. And
Mm. Do
for
you
the
think men's should be the provider all the time?
I believe that nowadays men and female are both equally capable to bring, greatness and abundance on the same level. Or
Mhm.
if you are on a high, how can I say this? By the way, English is not my first language, as you
Yeah,
can tell.
same. By the way, I'm
No
French. Yeah.
problem. Okay. So I believe that as we are evolving into this new era, right? We are
Mhm.
about to be in 2020, which is
Yeah.
a big shift.
New decade.
It's a big decade, and many things are changing so drastically. And I believe that women are equally powerful and equally equipped to bring abundance. And there's also, when you're an evolved human being, I don't believe that there must be a competition or there must be somebody in charge. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
believe that they both can work and build together. And yes, there's other cultures where the man is supposed to be the provider, but I believe that we are changing that, because women are bringing more the power for. I mean, the labor force for women. It's especially here in the U.S. Many, like, I don't know how many women are like really bringing great stuff into the collective as women.
Yeah. I don't know. I believe in energies, etc. And I think men and women sometimes most of the time the men should have the more dominant energy, like the
Yes.
leading energy and all of that.
Yeah.
Especially in sexual intercourse,
Mhm.
and and yeah, and apart from that, I feel like yeah, we have the same chances and all of that. Um, depends on the country, etc. But in our modern societies where we live, yeah, totally. And what type of diets are the best? Like, what would you recommend to your clients, for example? Yeah, what would you recommend?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm creating a program for January 25th. We're hosting a big event. It's called Women's Vision 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You can check it out on, I don't know if I'm allowed to share the link.
Yeah, I think I saw it on your profile somewhere.
Right. So it's a www.womensvision2020.com. And it's going to be me and two other women. We are going to talk about habits, how to build businesses, how to break, addictions from sugar. That's going to be my topic. And in the program that I wrote, I put, because if you type the word diet on Google, you'll find a huge number of, all kinds of links. People are so massively confused. What is the right diet? For me, my best advice is never go on a diet. And I learned this from Tony one day in that seminar when he said,
because it comes from die, right?
Exactly, yeah. So think about the word die. You're dying and you're starving and you crave stupid things because there's also a defense mechanism. Your brain will trigger this sabotage because you feel that it's going to be painful, it's going to be hard. So my best advice is really eat something that was created from the planet.
And something alkaline.
Yeah, so fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and every now and then some animal protein, but which I really recommend very little. And obviously, if you are eating any animal protein, as much as possible, buy the ones that is grass-fed or wild caught. If you're eating fish, don't eat the cheap fish. It's horrible what they're doing with these animals. So that will be my best advice. Only choose wholesome foods. Stay away from anything that is processed. So that will be the best way to bring balance into your body and to your blood to become alkaline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. And what do you think? Because I saw a lot of people now preaching the carnivore diet, which is only carnivore, only meat. And a lot of people they claim that it has a lot of huge health benefits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about it?
Yes. Well, it's the paleo diet. It's called the paleo. It's called also the hunter-gatherer diet,
Mm-hmm.
which it has some science behind, but this is for the era of the people when people were living on caves, the caveman. And honestly, I don't feel that it's the healthiest one. Yes, you lose weight because you're not eating any carbs, no carbohydrates, no starch. So when you don't have any carbohydrates, which are starch, you don't gain much weight. Your body doesn't retain much water. However, your blood becomes very acidic.
Mm.
Sugar, coffee, soda, animal products, your blood becomes very acidic. Also, if you don't believe, or if people are listening to the podcast, you want to go and do some more research, you can find, I don't know if you guys have over there Netflix.
I'm sure they have, yeah.
Right, so or you can find it maybe on Google. It's called the Game Changers. It's a movie.
I heard about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great movie and explains how top athletes, by turning into vegan on a vegan plant-based diet, all of them, they broke all their records and their blood became very clean. So I've been vegan, by the way, since 2012.
Wow.
And I feel great. My mind is clear. I don't have any lethargic energy or fogginess. I feel very, very centered, very balanced. I don't have any weird cravings. And I'll say maybe my cheat days, I will eat extra. I love almonds and cashews and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That will be, fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and some sort of animal protein. That will be my best advice. for people in
Yeah.
general.
So you still eat some animal proteins?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay.
No, that's what I recommend for people who are looking to transition into something more healthy, because you don't want to traumatize people by saying, "Oh, you should go vegan right now," you know.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be
So,
progressive, yeah. True.
right, it has to be little by little. For example, if you eat every single day chicken or red meat, maybe eat every other day for 2 weeks, and then little by little. So that's how I like to work, like doing things on a progressive pace instead just cutting out like on cold turkey, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it takes on average 20 to 30 days to build a great habit, and yeah,
Yes,
you can do it progressively. And
exactly.
do you consider, like, for example, do you consider meditation crucial for everyone, or do you think people, because a lot of people are they're huge high performers, they get a lot of stuff done and they feel at peace and happy while they don't meditate, for example, or they don't engage in some kind of spiritual practices. So what do you think about that? Because I feel like, meditation helped me a lot in my life. I guess you too, or maybe you don't. I from what I've understood, from what I understood, yeah, you do some breathings, Kundalini breathing, etc. So what do you think about the practice of meditation? Should everybody do it, or is it for a specific type of people?
Right. Thank you. I'm a big fan of Kundalini yoga, which is a very ancient technology brought from a yogi here back in the 1969 in the U.S. He came from all the way from India to teach this way of living. It's a lifestyle and includes breath work. And his main teachings was that this is back in 1969. He predicted that in the future, especially in the Western society, which is United States, and people will become crazy by working, and the stress will be so overwhelming that we need these tools. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I do recommend some sort of meditation. You can do silent music, like very slow music, and on a quiet space. You don't have to sit down and say "Om" to become centered. I also learned. I have a great teacher. She's been doing this for like 30 years. And one day, on one of her teachings, she said, "We cleanse our homes, we cleanse our cars, we shower our bodies, but we don't cleanse our mind." And how do you do it? By allowing yourself to be in stillness, like quiet, and allow your mind to become quiet. And how do you detoxify your body and your thoughts? By doing breath work. So meditation, breath work, walking in nature also helps. That's also some sort of meditation,
Yeah.
including physical exercise can be also some sort of meditation, because you are so connected with your body. Your brain releases the brain chemistry changes, so you
Yeah.
release more serotonin, so you feel content, you feel happier than people who are sedentary or doesn't do anything that engages being in silence or being connected with themselves or with nature. So I'll say everybody should meditate or do something to center, to be more aware of when we have a trigger. When you really are into meditation, when you have a trigger, you don't respond the way maybe 10 years ago you used to respond. You become more
At peace, yeah, less reactive. Yeah.
less reactive. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I believe that that's changing right now. I mean, more and more people are getting into yoga practices, breath work, and yes, there's a lot of hype for top athletes who are using this ancient technology to overcome, to even break records.
Yeah, people
But
are awakening more and more. I feel like people are awakening more and more, and it has become like basic to do meditation nowadays. Like there's these huge apps, like what's the most famous app? I don't remember. Headspace. Yeah, all these
headspace,
kind of apps like that are emerging, and people are more and more into this.
Right, and also there's so much science behind. It's not only the how do you call this, the hype of or the trend. It's based on
Yeah,
science.
yeah,
They did. I think there's a movie or there's a documentary about this monk. They put all kinds of like electrodes around his brain, and they were measuring how he was able to really, calm down, even lower his pulse. So
yeah.
yeah. So
You know Wim Hof?
yes, of
Yeah,
course.
this guy is crazy with his breathing. He survived, I think, 2 hours in a -40 ice bath or something with his.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
he practices some sort of Kundalini yoga breath work. The
yeah,
famous one is called breath of fire, which is basically you are breathing through your nose and exhaling through your nose on a very rapid pace. And also when you are exhaling, you are pulling your belly in. So if you do that every day for 3 minutes, your whole brain chemistry changes. So you
wow.
literally sweat. It's amazing, yeah. So I recommend that too.
Okay, so when you said when you exhale, you bring your belly in.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah. So, because I don't know if you're familiar with the Buddha breath. When you're doing the Buddha breath, you inhale, and when you
Mm-hmm.
inhale, you fill your body and your belly with air, and
Mm-hmm.
your belly becomes like a balloon filled with air. And then when
Yes.
you exhale, you release everything, and your belly you release like the air that you have in your belly, like basically. So is it the same thing, or because you said your belly in? So is it more you intentionally flex your belly in, or?
Exactly, and it's a very dynamic movement. You literally you are doing it very rapidly. Like the movement
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
it's fast. You want to activate your brain chemistry. You want to change your whole your hormones also get activated. So you recalibrate your brain by doing breath of fire for 3 minutes every day. So if you don't have time, you should have 3 minutes where you can go to your room. You can even go to a bathroom and stay quiet and do this breath of fire.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
If people don't have even 10 minutes, they don't have a life, and it's
exactly,
really true.
yes.
And
Mhm.
nobody regretted having done meditation. Nobody in history said, "Oh, I regret doing my meditation."
Exactly.
Nobody.
Actually, when you become a meditator, you start realizing things about yourself that you in the past you were not seeing.
Yeah,
You get to know yourself more. Oh wow! Because when you're meditating, sometimes for the beginners, for people who are just starting, your mind will go a little bit, like, oh, this is stupid. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I
yeah. The
have to walk
thoughts.
my
Yeah,
dog. Oh, I have to pay that bill. Oh, I have to call my friend. So you have all these thoughts, right?
yeah,
So once you overcome that crazy pattern of overthinking, then you become still and you're able to enjoy the silence. And then ideas come, creativity kicks in. You start attracting amazing opportunities into your life, or you start meeting people who are on the same wavelength as you.
true.
So I think it's a very, very magical way to connect with your higher self. I don't know if you're into that
Yeah,
too.
I'm into that. My brand is called Higher Self Circle, and yeah,
Oh
so
wow, nice.
I'm really into that. I'm in the same kind of things as you. I love spirituality and Eckhart Tolle and all of that. So yeah,
Wow,
cool, cool.
that's amazing. I'm super happy, and it's an honor to be here talking to you.
Yeah, I'm very happy too. I'm very happy too. I'm glad I texted you.
Hmm.
So I was wondering, what's one, for example, one of the biggest epiphanies you had in terms of holistic health? Something you didn't practice before, but then apart from meditation, something else that maybe you didn't practice before or you didn't realize that really made a true difference in how you felt or in how you do things in your life.
Right. Well, the most life changing, I would say, when I went vegan,
Mm-hmm.
when I switched my diet. Think about this. I was coming from a background as an athlete, when you had to eat huge amounts of animal protein to just to look muscular, having all this back in those days, that was the staple. You have to eat a lot of animal protein to have muscles, to have this body and all of that. So after becoming a plant-based, everything changed. My mindset changed. The way I perceived myself changed. The way I perceived the planet changed. The way I perceived people in general. I consider myself way more loving, way more compassionate, way more empathic, way more loving, and I wanted to be, in every morning I wake up, I wanted to be at service. I wanted to be helpful. I want to be somebody who you can count on, and I want to be somebody who is a reflection of embodying this great self-mastery. And that's something that you don't conquer in one day. You say, oh, I'm a self-master, I'm embodying my higher self.
No, it's a never-ending process. Yeah,
a never-ending process, but it's a beautiful way. For me, when I switched into a plant-based diet, it gave me a lot of I'll say I felt really connected with the whole collective, with the whole planet, and I could see how we are damaging our planet, how the things that we're doing to our animals, and how out of control we got into this mass producing of, let's say, fast food restaurants who are like so damaging for the health. So like I was aware of that when you eat, what you eat becomes your cells. That was life changing. So that will be maybe my main huge shift when I shifted from animal based to a plant based diet.
And what would you recommend? Because I feel I have to be honest. I feel kind of guilty now because I eat a lot of animal proteins actually, because I do fitness too. I'm into bodybuilding. I'm into going to the gym. Like I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and I feel like if I don't eat meat or chicken or tuna or something, if I only eat salad, I love salads, by the way. I could picture myself eating salad only, but I feel like it would hurt my gains. Even if I take a protein shake, I don't know. What would you what would you recommend for people, for men specifically, or even women that are into bodybuilding? And
right. First, I will highly recommend to watch this movie, The Game Changers, because we have been misled about where are we getting our protein from. That we were programmed that into the belief that we only need to get protein from animals, and it's not like that. It was never like that.
No, yeah, so of course, yeah, there is
actually your performance athletic level, it will be, you have more strength. Even in this movie, they show they were testing this NFL football players, which they're huge in the US, and they were testing their blood, and they were testing even their erections at night, and the ones who were on plant-based had more erections at night. Yeah. So when you start doing more research, this is not from one day to another. Little by little, you start crowding in or crowding out foods. You can little by little transition into more plant-based diet. You can get protein from chickpeas, from beans, from tofu, from even portobello mushrooms have a lot of protein.
Do you know Stephen Gundry?
No.
He was actually one of the dietitian of Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, and a lot of famous people. And he preaches like eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of greens, etc. But he recommends also eating some kind of animal proteins like chicken, pastry, etc. If it's as you said earlier, if it's it comes from, for example, if it's grass-fed or if it's clean, clean source.
Yes. So if you have access to a farm where you know that the animals are healthy, because you're eating an animal. Imagine when it's a mass produced, these animals, they don't see sunlight. They're especially chickens. They've been fed. They've been forced to eat genetically modified foods. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah,
And then because they are in such a crowd space, they give them a lot of antibiotics. So you're eating all of these things. You're putting those stuff in your body. So if you have access to clean, animal products from a very trusted source, I will recommend that. I don't recommend just to go vegan one day from to another. It's something that you can do, for example, once a week. You can go vegan, or you can only eat, zucchinis, fruits, nuts, avocados. You'll have a lot of energy. Broccoli, cauliflowers. I know it sounds very not appealing, but if you go to a very fancy vegan restaurant, you'll be surprised, because actually you have more options when you eat plant-based.
Yeah, it looks good. I saw these kind of restaurants. There's a lot of pictures on Instagram about this kind of like menus where it's all vegan. It looks good. You can do actually a lot of very tasty recipes, and and there is a brand for Beyond Meat. I don't know if you're familiar with it. What do you think about this?
Like I said earlier, yes, it's good for people who are into meat. But if you really want to eat cleaner, maybe don't do it so often, because there's also some processed stuff. You want to eat as much natural as possible.
So you'd never. Sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
I said you'd never eat an egg or the tuna or nothing all your life?
No. I mean, no. Yeah, I started. I turned into a plant-based diet back in 2012.
And you never miss, for example, eggs or fish?
No, actually, no. I don't crave. I don't miss. I don't.
Wow.
Like, honestly, thinking about killing a fish and seeing all that stuff, the smell, it doesn't even appeal to me, to be really honest. So, yeah, I see food in a different way. For example, I love strawberries. I love all kinds of nuts and seeds. I love dark chocolate. I love, all kinds of vegetables.
But don't you think it's part of nature also that the animals on the top of the food chain should eat the animals that are at the bottom? For example, I don't know, even fish, they eat smaller fishes, or they eat smaller I don't know, smaller organisms, because that's how it works normally in nature. So what do you?
Right. Well, now I'm going to go deeper. So this is how I see it. We have polluted the planet in such a stupid and hardcore way that I don't believe that if you catch a fish, there will be mercury free.
True.
Deep, so yes, you can have, and I believe that yes, of course, there's a chain, the animal chain, and the bigger eats the smaller. But if you do, like, really, if you go into doing research, you will find there's highly concentrations of mercury in the ocean. Also, there's a lot of plastic pollution, or maybe cows that are being fed with GMO to make them bigger. They put all kinds of hormones. So when you really see the reality, or when you watch a film that will show you the truth, you don't see food the same way. I mean, animal food, you don't see it the same way. Also, think about this. When animals are going to be killed, they're not dumb. They know that they're going to be killed. So in that moment, their cortisol levels are super high. Their adrenaline also is super high. So they die suffering, and then we eat that. And I get it. When I used to eat that, I promise, I used to feel very I used to feel more aggressive, or more, I was not my 100%. I don't say I'm 100% in a great mood, but I used to get more frustrated, or I used to have a different way of handling problems. But again, it's a personal choice. This is my personal preference. I don't preach. You will see my profile on Instagram. I don't put that I'm vegan. It's something that when people ask me, I will give them, my
Your honest opinion, yeah.
my opinion, yeah, the way I see it. But I believe that everybody should try it. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely to try out. Like, and if you're, and even if you're a vegan, I think it's good sometimes to try out the opposite. It's not. I don't like. I don't. What I don't like is the binary mindset. Like it's either this or that. I know you're full on that vegan now because you've already been a huge fan. It's a personal choice, but there's some
Right.
people like they're too stuck in one binary thing, and I think even to spike some creativity and some things, it's good to change patterns sometimes. Like if you're a vegan, it's good to try maybe going, chicken, all chicken for a day or all, I don't know. That I feel like also the binary mindset is not so good. Like I'm either spiritual or I'm either greedy. I'm either this or I'm
Right.
either that,
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. And also, for example, like I said earlier, I believe that we can embody so many aspects of being a human. You can be spiritual, you can be super successful, you can be into Bitcoin, and then you can go to church and pray for the kids who are dying in Somalia.
Yeah.
You can be everything. You can be both. You can be soft and you can be hardcore. And yes, I know maybe my personal experience was very extreme, going through such a hardcore diet, animal-based diet, and then turning into this other side. I'll say that, for example, if one day I have the chance to go into a nice and beautiful farm, when I see that everything is, clean, and I might have some eggs, or I might have a little fish,
Yeah.
why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you would do it maybe if it's really clean and really.
If the opportunity presents, maybe I'm not saying like right now, but who knows? Maybe in the future, I'm open, to the experience again. Yeah.
Cool. And you talked about the Andes and your and mysticism and all of that. I was wondering because I follow a lot of spiritual retreats, especially in I don't know if it's in Chile or if it's there's another country also near Chile, Costa Rica.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And there is a famous retreat there where they take ayahuasca and things like that. Are you familiar with it? Have you ever maybe taken the chance to experience this or this kind of like psychedelics, things like that?
Right. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Yes, I do have experience with psychedelics and shamanic rituals. My first ayahuasca ceremony, I did it in 2012. That's when everything changed for me. That's when I pursued this holistic nutrition career. That's when everything changed in a way that I became more connected with the planet, because my first experience, I remember I had these visions of seeing, I remember I was crying, and have you ever done it?
Honestly, no, but it's so intriguing. Like I'm kind of afraid, or not afraid, but like I'm kind of like I don't know. Because I used to. I've taken some drugs in the past. I don't take drugs anymore. Like it's been years now, and I don't know. I don't wanna. I'm afraid I have like a bad trip or something.
Right. Well, I'll say that ayahuasca, and hopefully not people won't take it in a bad way. Ayahuasca is like having sex. Every time it's a different experience. And also sex it becomes more sacred. Sharing your energy becomes more sacred, because when you do ayahuasca or any type of psychedelics that are from the planet, no synthetic, it changes your brain chemistry. It opens your pineal gland. It dissolves your ego. It dissolves all your structure of being limited. You start realizing things that I'm a divine being. I have power. I have the right tools. There's a reason why I'm alive. And then you start seeing all these visions. I remember my first vision. I've done it more than one time. I won't say how many times,
Do you
but
think
I've
people
done
should do it multiple times or once? Is it sufficient to do it once?
it. Again, it's so, there's so many components to it has to be in place for you to have the perfect, experience. Some people get a bad trip, maybe because the ingredients were not pure, maybe because the whole group was in a bad vibe, or maybe because the person did not follow the protocol. You have to follow a special protocol. For example, you're not allowed to watch any TV or anything that has electronics, or you're not allowed to have any sexual intercourse for at least 7 days. So your body, your vessel is so clean. So when you take the medicine, you literally are going into this whole mind, body, soul, spirit connection. You meet your higher self.
Yeah.
So it all depends. If for example, some people have died because they are taking this pharmaceutical drugs, like these heavy medications, and then some of them are PTSD. They have all this trauma. Some people have been raped. Some people have been addicted to cocaine, and then they're pursuing this sort of healing, and then their body is a shock. So you have to follow a protocol to do it. So yeah, I feel that if you're called to do it, find a good source, prepare yourself. Don't do it because it's a trend. Do it because your spirit is telling you that it's time to meet. And I promise you, when you are coming from a place of a heart and from truth, like you really want to heal your soul, or you want to meet your higher self, or you want to connect with the higher power, the divine source, you will find the right people. You will meet the shaman. People will come to you because it's time. I don't feel that it should be done because it's a trend.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah. Amazing. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. It's been a few years now. I'm looking at those retreats, and I follow these pages on Instagram, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Costa Rica one day and do it. Not because it's a trend. It's really because I don't know. I like spirituality. I like those kind of. I want to experience that in my life. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And
And
also, ayahuasca is an ancient healing medicine from these people from the Amazon. These Native American people from South America, Brazil, Peru, and Mexico. I did my last ceremony last year in Tulum, Mexico. And I promise you, because you see visions, I saw the ocean. In my vision, I saw the ocean full of plastic. And I was in such pain. I felt so overwhelmed that I cried, and I felt all this. It was very tough.
yeah, intense.
Yeah, but every experience has been different. For example, my first one, after you purge, you purge, and then I remember tears were coming out of my eyes, and I was crying, and it was a mix of joy and feeling like I'm alive, I'm renewed. And I look up the sky. It was at night. I look up the sky and I saw all the stars, and I promise you, I saw like a holographic net. Imagine like a net.
Yeah.
Like all the stars were connected with like some sort of like sacred geometry type of shape.
Crazy.
And the colors were, oh my God, like I will never forget. I was crying of joy, and it was such a beautiful connection with the universe. And then I remember at the end, we were a group of 6 people. At the end, the shaman had a big table full of fruits. So we were like hugging and loving, like looking at each other, like feeling so in such a beautiful
It must have been a crazy experience. Yeah.
Yes, and eating fruits. So I will recommend, if you feel that your spirit is calling, but find a good source.
Yeah. Shit, you motivated me so much. I want to go.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, perfect. Just a last question. I know I don't want to take too much of your time, and it's been almost an hour. I just want to wrap it up, kind of. It was amazing so far. Just have a quick question. I know you read a lot of books, and
Mhm.
I know a lot of books inspired you for sure. What was one book that inspired you the most? I know it's a tough question. Me too. I have tons of books, and yeah,
Yeah, I have a list of different topics of different books of different, for example, there's different books for philosophy, for business, or for
yeah. Let's say in terms of spirituality.
mm, well, this is long time ago. It's called Earth.
I never heard about it.
Earth from Barbara Marciniak.
Barbara Marciniak.
Right. She channels the Pleiadians. I don't know if you're familiar into the Pleiadians.
No. What is it?
Okay, this is going deeper. The Pleiadians are a collective source from another galaxy. And
Wow.
so this lady was channeling. She was an American writer. I mean, she's still alive.
I see that she's from Germany.
No, she's from the U.S.
Oh, okay. Sorry, because I don't know why I search on Google now. And anyway, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So the book is called Earth from Barbara Marciniak, and
Mm-hmm.
she explains why we're here alive, why do we have this planet, who we are with this planet, and the intelligence of the plants and the animals and the whole. Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's the Pleiadian keys, right?
Say that again.
It's the Pleiadian keys to the Living Library, right? By
Yes.
Earth.
Barbara Marciniak, yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I'll buy it. Honestly, I'll buy it. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
It's a great book, and also she wrote the book "Bringers of the Dawn," which is basically if you're very into being a light worker, or if you feel that you have a connection with with a mission to be alive on this moment on this planet, that will make more sense. It's like a training for people who have reincarnated at this period of time to do something for the whole humanity. So that's another great book from
Bringers
her.
of the Dawn. Okay.
Bringers of the Dawn, yeah.
What
That
sorry, what are the Pleiadians? Pleiadians.
Well, the Pleiades are a star constellation, and many people they channel that energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's another great woman that I follow. She's dead now. She did amazing work. I don't know if you're familiar with hypnosis.
I know hypnosis, but hypnosis, no.
Hypnosis, yeah. When you go into a state and you can do healing.
Yeah, hypnosis. Yeah, hypnosis. Okay. Yeah.
So this lady, she did throughout the whole world. She was doing her readings. Her name is Dolores Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dolores.
Dolores Cannon. She created it's called Quantum Hypnosis Healing or something like that. And you can check her out on YouTube. And she basically said that in every country, with every person that she encountered and did this healing modality, everybody was tapping into the same source, which is the whole, higher power. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very interesting concept, yeah.
Okay, I
She talks
didn't know about quantum hypnosis healing. I'll check it out. Amazing. And
Dolores
you talked
Cannon.
about what else? You were about to say something.
Dolores Cannon. I think that's it.
No, okay. Yeah, okay. And it's not a book then. It's because I don't see a book on Google. I see her website about quantum healing hypnosis technique.
Yes. It's mostly her videos, the way she explains the whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Why, for example, she talks about reincarnation. She talks about Jesus. She talks about aliens. I mean, she's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you check it out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So guys, check her out on YouTube. Check out also Barbara Marciniak and all of that. So how do people can find you if they want to reach out to you?
Thank you. Yeah, my website is eliagalban.com. Galban with with an N and with a B as in boy, Galban.
Okay. Perfect. So thank you so much, Elia. It was a pleasure having you. It was amazing.
Thank you, Limo. My
Yeah, we've
pleasure.
been through a lot of topics.
Yes,
Yeah,
amazing.
and if you ever come to Paris, I'd love to meet you.
That will be amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
and
Oh, by the way, I have another great book for you. It's called The Holographic Universe. If you're into quantum physics.
okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm into quantum physics. Yeah, I've read. There's
Michael
a book
Talbot.
by Deepak Chopra, The Universe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot.
Okay, The Holographic.
That's another great book.
You said Michael what? Cabot?
Talbot. T-A Talbot. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I've written it. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, so thank you so much, Elia, and we keep in touch on social media. I'll keep following you and your journey, and yeah, take care of yourself. And
have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you.